BJ from Board Game Gumbo. I've got my guest Mandi here, who is a fan, if I understand right, of Vital Lacerta.
I love me some Vital.
We like the Portuguese designers. Both of us have some Portuguese heritage in our genealogy. And Escape Plan is the one I've played. Lisboa, I've played Vinhos. That's about all I've played so far. But Escape Plan, I love the theme. Have you played it?
So I played this one. It was taught to me by, and I'm trying to remember, whoever was the representative for Eagle Gryphon at Dice Tower West.
Okay.
And we played the max player count. So it did take a while. But definitely this is a lighter game for Vital. I mean, I've played them all. The Gallerist, Lisboa.
Lighter in air quotes, right?
Right. I say lighter because there's still a lot going on, but it is definitely less going on than some of the others.
So the theme is a bunch of people who've already stolen money and they've hid it around the city, right?
Yes. And you're trying to escape.
You're trying to escape, but without getting caught on it.
Without getting caught, and you want to get out before other people.
Competitive like all those other games. It's not a cooperative game, even though it sounds like it would be cooperative, right?
Well, it's one of those ones where it's implied. You got to play nice for a little while and then like hightail it out of there. See you later. Peace.
Oh, I love those. So it's cooperative until it's not.
Exactly.
So Anna Maria, who says, hey, she loves the Gallerist. I haven't played the Gallerist yet.
That was in my top 100. The Gallerist is one of my all-time. It is one of his most intuitive games. We had a discussion, Vital and I, about that in Lisboa. And I am like, Lisboa is a harder game to learn than the Gallerist. He's like, no, it's easier. I'm like, no, the Gallerist is easier.
As Vital says, Lisboa is just you play a card and then you draw a card. I mean, that's the whole game, right? You play a card, you draw a card.
It is not as intuitive. The Gallerist for me was like, it was a nice flow. I also had, well, then again, I had a connection to both themes, but I found it had a more intuitive vibe for me. Love them both. Vital and I will disagree on that one.
Yeah. Have you ranked them? Have you ranked them in your mind as to your favorite Vital games?
Oh, for sure. I mean, maybe not like this is definite number one, but higher up on there. The Gallerist is definitely up there. Kanban is another one that it's so good. So those are definitely up in the top two. Lisboa is up there for me as well. That one took me a while to kind of come around though. So once I got it, I was like, okay, I like it. I see where it's going. I'm trying to think. I'm missing some. I'm trying to go through my shelf. But I liked it. It's not as high as some of the others, but I did enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It's just not as high as some of the others.
I liked it, but I think Lisboa is a better game. I really do. And I think maybe not the first time you played, you won't see it, but the more you play Lisboa, the more you see how the theme. He didn't just say, I need a bunch of mechanics and I'm going to just throw points on them.
Right.
It really is a thematic experience, you know? Maybe it doesn't come across as you're a builder and you're rebuilding all that. I get that. But all of the actions have a meaning as you know, when you think in terms of the rebuilding of the city.
Right.
And I really like that. Kanban is the one that it looks like something I think I would enjoy, but I'm gonna need somebody to give me a teach on that one. I've heard some rumors that it's a lot to digest.
It's a lot. And there's a couple ways you can play it. You can play it with, I forget her name. Is it Pam or something like that? Sandra, that's it. And, you know, she could be the mean manager. And I'm like, it's kind of fun. It's intense. I like it, though.
Which way do you play? Do you play with the mean Sandra or the nice Sandra?
The nice Sandra. I don't like being mean.
Yeah, I think that's how I play it. So Escape Plan, is this the one that you would say, if you're going to play a Vital Lacerta game, you'd start out with Escape Plan?
See, in this, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Like, I know it is. I said it's one of the easier ones, and there's still a lot going on. It's just not as intense, I feel, as some of the other ones. But I mean, if you were just starting out, I wouldn't go with Lisboa. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't go with Kanban. Not, you know what I mean? Like, if you did a Gallerist, that could work. Escape Plan is another one that could work. Any of the other ones might be maybe play a couple before you get to them. So it definitely would be up there as one of the ones to start with. But it really just depends on how your mind works.
Does it have that cascading of actions? You know, Vital jokes that it's play a card, draw a card.
Right.
Or in Vinhos where, I'm just going to invest in this one little winery over here. But it's really not that simple. When you play the card, it chains up to 4 or 5 actions that you have to remember. And when you get to the third part of it and you realize, oh, I don't have enough money to do what I wanted to do.
Right.
Now you got to back out all those actions and tell everybody, sorry, I thought I had enough money to do it. I got to do something else. I can't tell you how many times this happened. Does Escape Plan have that play in action and it's going to lead to consequences? It's almost like wheels and gears that turn every time you move something.
There's definitely a build. There's definitely where, you need to start doing things to open other things up to do things. And of course, money plays, a role in that, and making sure you have enough money, and also doing things where you're not going to force yourself to take a hit. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I played it, but there's the rating scale about for first player, second player, so turn order. I'm trying to remember what this was based on, but I think it had to do with if you weren't able to battle the police or whatever it was, or you didn't win that battle, you ended up getting like a mark against you, something like this. And that could affect your standing, your ratings, and that could be problematic for you later. You're trying to open up spaces on your board in order to place, tokens and tiles and things like that, or cards that are going to help you. And I find that if you don't do this soon enough in the game, you're going to get left behind. You're going to have problems. People are going to start taking the good tiles when they get to certain areas of the board that you might need. And then you're scrambling, right? That's when you get desperate. And then there's a part of the board where it requires you to build up. You need to, not set collection, but you need to meet certain conditions. So it is one of those games, but I feel like it's one that might be a bit easier for people to digest. Still could be pretty, not terrible, but you gotta be careful.
Bradley says Vinos beats out Lisboa. Agree? Disagree?
How many times have you played Lisboa? There's a reason I asked that, because
4 times for me.
And when did it click for you?
The 3rd time, I think.
But see what I mean? Like, it took me, I had seen it before it even launched. Paul Grogan was kind enough to teach myself and a few other contributors, and he's teaching the game, and I'm looking over at Annetter's place, so Annette on Twitter, and my face was like this. I don't know what's going on. And Paul was a fantastic teacher. It was just me. I just wasn't getting it. And
I learned from his video.
No,
he learned the game.
Did a great job. So I think it took me partway through my second play, and I was like, oh, I got it. Versus Vinos, I find it's a bit easier to get right off the bat. Lisboa takes time.
Marshall, you're killing me. Marshall says, I don't know that I know anyone who even owns a Lacerta game. I own Lisboa. I've got the Kickstarter edition, Marshall. We're only 50 miles away. We just need to hook up.
They're hard to get to the table.
Bradley wants to know if I'm counting that very first play when we completely screwed up the rules. Yes, I'm sort of counting that play. We went through a whole first age. I forget what it's called. You know how you have the 2 different ages.
Right.
I just can't remember what it's called. It's not age, but it's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I did get the rule wrong. But that's pretty common with Lacerta games. I mean, they're pretty tough. So I went back and I watched Paul Grogan's video, and I watched 2 whole playthroughs of the game.
Oh, you did.
And finally it started to click after all that. Yes, Bradley, we got it's a shared experience. We got the game wrong. So that is Escape Plan from Vital Lacerta. I'm hearing a hesitant recommendation from Matt.
I've only played it once, to be fair, and I also played a game at full player count. And I know Vital even commented online, and he's recommended me trying it again at a lower player count just to get a different experience. And I agree with him. I think that's probably the best way to do it. And then I had a few interruptions chatting with people. I'm at Dice Tower Con West, so people are there to see the team. And so I just feel like the experience might have marred my what I think about the game, but the game itself was good. I just think I need to play it again at a different player count and actually get through it straight without having to stop, start, that sort of thing.